All right, let's look at the issues that shape our national conversation. Quebec's sovereignty, it's an oldie, but it's always around. The long gun registry, Second Cup versus Timmy's, and Nickelback. Few bands manage to incite such strong feelings, both positive and negative.
It can't be that bad.
Doesn't everybody hate Nickelback?
As the boys from Hannah, Alberta, Billboard magazine's Group of the Decade, they've been pelted with objects while on stage in Portugal, though that's happened to many people.
Have we got any Nickelback fans in Portugal? Are you sure?
And they've sold an astounding 45 million records. That doesn't happen for a lot of people. There were more than 50,000 signatures on an online petition asking them not to play the halftime show at the Detroit Lions game. The thing is, they're not just a band, they're people. So when you're in it and stuff like that is happening, you gotta have thick skin, right?
I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle.
Well, if they do, it's likely due to all the time they spent on the road in their early days. This band is successful because they worked their ass off. They put it in. This week, they released their 7th album. It's called Here and Now. And as you can imagine, it's classic Nickelback, straight ahead rock and roll. Probably won't convert any of you haters, but when you've been successful for so long, who cares?
We must stand together.
Hey, welcome, Ryan Peake and Jack Kruger, Nickelback. All right, sir. Good to see you guys next to Welcome back, fellas.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for flying in from Detroit. That's all right. You know, I appreciate that.
We had a little soiree that we had to play for this afternoon. And, the second that was done, we knew where our priorities were.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate
we
that.
hustled here as fast as we could.
What's it like? I mean, the Detroit Lions-Packers Thanksgiving game is a deal. Like, that Thanksgiving is a big deal. Playing the halftime, what was that like?
It was very controversial filled.
That's a way to phrase it.
And far less so when we actually got there. Every single human being that we came in contact with in Detroit was like, we love you. We have no idea what this is all about. Like every single.
We went to the Leafs game last night, and we got in late. Like, so we took the
Wings
Oh,
game.
sorry. Pardon me.
See?
He knows what his priorities are.
Excuse me. Sorry, went to the Wings game last night. But they've always Detroit's been just awesome for us our whole career. Our whole career. We get there, and even the elevator guys was like, "I heard about that petition thing. Yeah, screw those guys." You know, just all over the place. So, I mean, it was. We were feeling the love. It was good.
I think when I first heard about it, I thought, man, why? What's the point?
Would you like some insight?
It would.
I can give you some because a little birdie told us when we got there. There is an individual who is a local artist.
Yes.
There, and I'm not going to give him any press at all. I'm not going to say his name.
Call him Douche.
Douche. Douche wanted to play the halftime show.
Yeah.
So the guy who started the petitions, this is what we were just told actually while we were there, has something to do with Douche. And so thought to himself, how do I get my buddy Douche to be able to play the halftime show? I will start a petition. Right. And it's not tough to track down some Nickelback haters. I mean, that's not tough to track down at all.
Special.
Yeah. But too many people were saying that it was the people of Detroit that didn't like it. Well, it's not. It's called the World Wide Web. Right, yeah. You know what I mean? So, but that didn't mean that we were any less nervous going there. We're like, this is weird because we literally in America, one of our biggest markets has to be Detroit.
Because I think it's a blue-collar sound and it's a blue-collar town.
It's a blue-collar sound. It's a blue-collar town. You know? That sounds like 2 new lines for me right there.
Just make sure that's a radio single and give me some publishing, okay?
Yeah. You just look into camera and like 60-40.
That's right. We're signing that. Yeah, you're right. It is not hard to find guys who will be vocal about disliking, but guys like lots of women dislike lots of bands. Sure. In your heart, though, when you hear it, what's your human reaction when you go, why? What was your reaction?
I think initially, you know, when these things used to happen to us back in the day, we used to be like, you know, we don't sneak out and kill babies at night. I don't get it. It's just music. Like, we're just, like, everyone else is taking this far more seriously than we are. We're just 4 dudes that get together, write some songs, and you know, try and have some laughs. back in the day, it was a little more like, the furrowed brow. It was probably a little more painful. Now it's just kind of like, I think if that stops, we're in trouble. That, because they keep talking about it, and we keep opening newspapers, and it's like it's everywhere all the time. But it doesn't seem to be hurting us in any other facet of our career. So if this is the trend and it can just stay exactly like this, I hope it stays exactly like this.
Well, you've got a new record out.
We got a new record
That's
out.
going to be exciting. Key part to this performance in Detroit today was the charity angle. Let's play a clip from the halftime performance today with Nickelback.
It's right. We must stand it. There's no giving.
And it was for the United Way, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there was. You didn't get paid to do that performance today, did you?
No.
Why did you make that decision to do this with the United Way?
I don't think it was our decision. They invited us. Right from the get-go, it was United Way and NFL. They want you to come and play the halftime show. They definitely want you guys to come and do it. And right off the bat, we love that. Especially on the charity angle. Anytime we can help out, we absolutely, as you very well know, that's just the best feeling in the world.
The song and the charity angle, it just made sense. That's what we were talking about, and I mean, timing was just right, and they were fantastic. They were so nice. They were the ones that stood up for us in the press first.
That was actually the best thing.
That was impressive. I'm like, really? You're willing to put that stank on you? That's awesome.
What's funny? You say that, but when you got your Walk of Fame, and I was honored that you asked me to do your Walk of Fame thing.
We were honored you said yes.
Well, of course I'd say yes. And so when they got their Walk of Fame, I went up and I said I did the introduction for why you should be here, and I did that. And as we walked up,
I know, but you killed everyone else's introduction.
Well,
you slayed it. It was fantastic.
I meant every word I said, but you said thing, and then you pulled me in and you said, "There goes the rest of your career." That's what you said to me.
It's joke's on me. Joke's on me now. The kiss of death. Good for you.
Actually, you're right. United Way did stand up for you, but you guys also stood up for yourself in a really funny way with funnyordie.com. Here's a clip of Funny or Die, how Nickelback dealt with the controversy.
We need you guys to tap into Detroit, emulate the great talent that has come out of there. I mean, Eminem, Aretha Franklin, RoboCop, Alice Cooper, Tom Selleck, and God rest his soul, Dave Coulier.
Cut it out.
That's it. I'm done.
Guys, you look great. You're Detroit heroes.
Come on, Alice Cooper, Tom Selleck, RoboCop. You're gonna have 1 million new fans by Black Friday, I guarantee.
Well, why do I have to be Dave Coulier?
This is ridiculous.
Don't, come on. Don't leave.
I'm keeping the RoboCop suit.
We're charging you for it.
Nickelback and Funny or Die. How did that happen? Funny or Die is to land on that website is a great accomplishment. How did that happen?
I think they saw the absurdity in everything that was going on, and they're like, what? They're like, guys, we don't get it. Please come and do a skit with us so we can make fun of this absurdity. And we were like, absolutely. And Will Ferrell is co-owner of, and I'm a huge Will Ferrell fan, and so anything that he's associated with, I'm like, and I'd seen a ton of the Funny or Die skits, and once we were honored to do that too, it was like, that's perfect. It's great that someone else is taking notice of the absurdity.
Talk to me about what your woman Trina's doing. Talk about this work in Sudan, which I think is really fascinating.
She's heading out here in a week. The Baki Foundation is digging a lot of wealth. I think we spoke about this last time, and they're, I think they're over 100 right now, and
where are the wells located?
In Sudan, right around Rumbek area. Yeah. We went last year, near this time around December, and she's going back again to check it out.
You can raise a lot of money, right? And you guys have the sort of means. Are you particular about how you get that money spent? How do you make sure that the stuff you're doing is getting in the right place?
Let me show you.
Yeah.
Let me show you how we got our first big donation.
Okay.
My pack is falling loose here. Let me show you here. You see right here, right in the very back, you see where is it here?
It's too small for camera, I'm pretty sure.
Anywhere, it's in one of these ones. It's that size.
Yeah.
And it says Nickelback, and the L and the E are reversed and spelled wrong. Well, my brother got on the phone with the record label, and after they had just got done pressing their first round in America of almost 1 million copies that were going to misspelled Nickelback in the tiniest, where none of us cared, he made the hugest deal and got them. Well, he wanted to get it pulled, but I said, listen, why don't we do this? How about you guys donate $100,000 to our new foundation that we just started up, and we won't make you repress the first 800,000 copies that you guys did. And they're like, no problem at all.
That's a good move. Knowing, like, I'm glad you did it, but knowing you're full Canadians, this is spelled wrong. It should be L-E, but it should be L-E. But so how do you know when you're making them, when you're spending the money in the right place? You're going there yourself?
Yeah, well,
that's an excellent question. I'd like to know this too, Ryan.
Yeah, exactly. It's going.
Where is the money going?
We've got a fantastic car at home. That's the thing is that that's why these guys, when we generate charitable funds on the road and whatnot, I'm comfortable with what we're doing in the foundation. My wife is she spearheads all this stuff, and I feel good about it because I know every penny is going there. When we went there to dig wells, there's certain organizations that would like you to funnel it through them to make sure it goes through the right channels, blah, blah, blah.
Funnel.
And we're like, no. So I literally, this is probably screwed up for my future travels, but I flew there with cash in the backpack. And
how much money? Don't say this on national television.
A lot.
Stop
a lot.
saying this.
But it was the risk I was willing to take because we took over about 100 grand over there, and we give it right to the guy that's digging the well. And I feel good about that, and I think the people that donate towards these things feel good about that. So it just makes sense. If it costs $9,000 for a well, we know that every $9,000 we give is going to that well, and it supports a whole community, and people can stop moving.
But they're doing cool things with those wells too now. Are they talking about trading arms in for those wells?
They've started this. Yeah, now that South Sudan has become its own country, they're starting to trade arms for water.
You bring in your AK-47s, we'll give you water. Yeah. Because you can't drink those bullets.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, that's a pretty good idea.
No matter what Ice Cube says in his lyrics, you cannot, right?
And it's working. It's working. She's going next week, and we're going to assess the rest of the wells. And so we know, again, just every dime goes to the project. I feel good about it. Everybody else feels good.
It's also not new for you guys. Nickelback has been a part of this kind of stuff for a long time, haven't they?
These guys have supported us the whole time. I can't believe that we've kept them on board this long.
We try and keep under the radar, because we're not grandstanders, and I would much rather just kind of like let it go here, let it go there. The record company made us do a big squawk about if everyone cared. We raised $800,000. And 400 went to Amnesty International, another 400 went to, we're not grandstanders, but here's where all the money went.
No, he's right, though. It's like, I think we talked about this last time, but I feel like it kind of takes away from the legitimacy. It doesn't, but you feel like when an artist says it or an entertainer says it, it's just like you're just trying to talk it up to make your career better. I've seen the difference it makes. These guys have seen all the difference it makes, and I think that in the end, that's all that counts. So.
Stick around. We're going to find out more from Nickelback, and seeing as a petition was started for them, who would they start a petition over? Anthropology with Nickelback right after this.
On that side. He's always on that side.
Yeah, you're on the other side from him.
I'm like, who's the guy standing next to me?
Thanks for leaving me out of that. That was awesome.
1997, what was it? Fly from Hesher?
Oh, the 90s.
Oh, the 90s.
Yeah.
On the Commodore, that's at the Commodore Ballroom.
Okay.
Right? Legendary place in Vancouver. If you could go back and tell those guys something, what would you tell them?
What do you think the first thing I'd say?
What is it? Cut your hair. No, but it was the late 90s. It was okay at that point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Maybe cut your hair in a couple of years, is what you could have said.
I don't know what the heck you'd even have to say back
Could
then.
you give those guys advice?
I mean, how long? 36 hours ago, or how long ago did I actually cut my hair? Maybe 72 hours ago. I actually.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Did you have anxiety about it?
No, I was sitting there, and I was in a hotel room in L.A., and this guy named Joseph comes over and he cuts my hair all the time, and he's snipping it up, and he just kind of went halfway, and I didn't know how to tell him. I was like, Joseph, I don't feel very manly at the moment. That was the best way I could put it, because I just had this bizarre, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just cut it off. I'm tired of having long hair anyway. It's just always a problem. It's an issue. We're shooting videos and stuff. We're outside, and it's like blowing in my face all the time, and it's just a pain in the ass. I'm like, let's just get rid of it. I've been as defiant as I possibly could be for as long as I can. Let's just cut it off. And then I was like, and if it gets to a certain level and we don't like it, I'm going straight to Mohawk. I swear to God, straight to Mohawk was my next.
Exciting.
I'd
like that, yeah.
If he had walked out and introduced himself. Okay, if you guys could start a petition against something or for something, what would it be?
People chewing with their mouths open.
That's
really?
interesting.
Like, how annoying is that? My mother would just climb right through the TV set right now and just right in the back of the head if she saw me chew with my mouth. There's just so many people just talking. So the other day, and you're just looking at them like, did your mother not teach you that you're not allowed to do? Did she not beat you into thinking that that was wrong?
How about this? You had the second most album sales for a foreign artist behind the Beatles. The second most. How long do you think before you whoop those has-beens?
Who's that?
It's an old band. It used to be called the Quarrymen.
Yeah. What you don't realize is the distance between number one and number two is a long way.
It's not a photo finish, I don't think so.
Based on your Tom Selleck, who in the band can actually grow the best mustache?
Oh, I think Mike.
Yeah,
He's a hairy
Mike.
bastard. Yeah.
Mike can grow facial hair.
If you could write another song for one other band or artist, who would you like to write it for?
Prince.
It's going to be here tomorrow.
Prince, yeah. Are you going? I'm going.
Write one for Prince.
You're going? I'm going.
Yeah.
Prince is playing tomorrow night in Toronto. I'm so excited about this.
going.
We're going? I'll see you guys there. Record's called Here and Now, and of course you can also see them. We talked a lot about the NFL performance, but you're playing the Grey Cup on Sunday. And it's a Vancouver. You got the BC Lions in a Grey Cup in British Columbia. That's got to be pretty cool.
You know what's even cooler than that?
What?
They're letting us play rock and roll songs.
You are?
They're not forcing us to play one type of song.
What are you going to play? What song?
We're going to play some good old kick-ass rock and roll.
But what about all the songs you sing about oral sex and cocaine? Are you allowed to sing those songs?
I don't know. Is it a family show?
Oral sex will be one of them, and
Don't worry, there'll be swear words in it. It's okay.
something to do with igniting the world.
Go check them out. As you know, the CFL is no longer on TV, so the Grey Cup will not be televised this Sunday. But you can, no, I'm sure it's on television somewhere. Check them out playing the Grey Cup Sunday. This is the brand new record right now, Ryan and Chad. Nickelback, we'll be right back.